I'm starting a camera company. People suck. I ask them to do things, they don't put the features in. You gotta do it yourself.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So today I figured we'd do a little dream work. This is what I would start off. This is my entry-level camera, my only camera for my new company. I don't know what we're called. Sapphire? That's lame. That's a girl's name. So let us talk about the features in my perfect camera, and then I'll tell you what lenses I've decided to make for the system, some unique ones. So we're going full frame. We've decided APS-C lenses, they're not much smaller. The heaviest part of a system is the lenses, which I've got around with my workaround. We've hired good people here. So we're going full frame, 10 megapixel sensor. It's like an A7S III copycat, but better, it's stacked. We got a backside illuminated, maybe front side illuminated. I might illuminate it from the side. I haven't decided yet, but it's stacked 10 megapixel. That's combining the A1 and A7S III sensor. New possibilities for speed. That's why we're doing it. Speed, slow motion. Now you know how some companies, Fuji has APS-C and medium format, Panasonic Micro Four Thirds and full frame. I have full frame and tiny action cams, little 1-inchers. Oh, now don't get me wrong here, you can and will vlog on this full frame system, but if you want to just back it off a notch and have something in your pocket, you got the 1-incher. It's coming, Sapphire inch. So with our amazing 10 megapixel sensor, the dynamic range, 17 stops, supersedes Sony's in every way, even though Sony's making the sensor for me. The sensor is capable of incredible bursts of speed, but we keep it reasonable here. I ain't trying to blow the water off other companies. We want to give them a chance. 4K 120p, 10-bit 422, that's in there. Autofocus, it's there. 24p 4K RAW. I didn't say we're doing 120p RAW. Just 24, maybe 30, 60 maybe, if it's possible. I haven't talked to the executives yet. That's RAW though. And 1080p RAW with the crop, because it has to be 1:1, so it's an APS-C crop. Beauty is ours. I don't think I have to mention that my camera has a flippy screen. I'm not going overboard with it. You say, oh, 5-inch screen, look at. That's gonna be a battery sucker. I do have new magnetic battery technology, by the way. We'll get to that. 3.5-inch, 2.7 million dot. It's a beaut. It's a beaut. It's like that Fuji XA7 screen. It's a good one, real good. You can see the focus peaking if you need to manual focus with our manual focus clutch lenses. We'll get to those. It's a fully articulator. I've debated flip up. I might use a shotgun mic one day, so I'm not gonna make that mistake. It's a fully articulator. Sorry photographers, you're geeks. Speaking of photographers, if you dare use my camera, we will have a switch, a movie to stills switch, like the Fuji, but when you switch to stills, there is a voice, and it says, loser, as soon as you switch, because you're a loser. My battery is gonna last a long time. Moving on. I'm not gonna cripple this thing by, oh, I wanna keep it small. It's gonna be small, but very lightweight, new shit. Carbon fibers, big battery, big grip. Nice and handy, even though I don't need one. No grip. Cancel the grip. There's going to be, for the first time, Olympus level full frame IBIS. I'm in talks with Olympus right now. I offered them 6 boxes of crayons and 3 lollipops of my color choosing. And they've accepted the offer. So we've bought Olympus, we get their IBIS. And of course there's gonna be an option for digital stabe on top of that works with it. Everything works together here. If we have lens stabe, it works, it speaks together. My main focus for this camera is usability. Everything is customizable. I hate when I can't change things. My menu system, instead of a my menu, you just hide the things you don't want by holding it. Everything is held to touch. If you want a custom button to change, you hold it, and then the menu pops up. Scroll through there, touch screen, boom, I want that button to do that. Or on the quick interface of the screen, just a little tap. Oh, I'd rather, You have like 8 icons here. Just hold one. Then the menu comes up. Okay, I want auto white balance there. Oh, I drag it. No, I want it over here. Drag it there. Everything is customizable. I want buttons on the front. We're here in the front. We're not in the back. I'll have them in the back in case you want to take photos of your cat. But don't you hate these menu systems that are all color-coded and perfect, and then your My Menu system is just a bunch of afterthought shit? We can color code. You can write like AF for the autofocus section. Pink, please. And then the green one. Choose. Everything's customizable. It's fun to use it. Fun to use our menus. There's no viewfinder. Much smaller camera. Not needed. An accessory will come. Nice tilty one, up and down. 20 million dots. Class leading. Might electrocute you. When it comes to our autofocus system, magnet-based technology. Magnets in the lens move the glass with accuracy, a precision the Japanese mountain monks wish they could even contemplate in their deepest meditations. The sensor putting off a time of flight to phase detect to LiDAR array in such synchronicity, each knowing what the last was thinking. They anticipate your movements. So smooth, never a hunt, never a pulse. Just the accuracy. Pupil detect autofocus. Pupil detect. We're gonna need that for my 85 mil, probably. It's a shallow one. That's a shallow one. We are just crossing off these easy to make specs. No problem. When it comes to slow motion, we're pushing the limits here. This is why we have our super fast, low megapixel sensor backside illuminated stacked. Maybe 3 layers. I don't even know what the layers would be for. So we have your regular 4K 120p, 1080p 480 frames per second, and then fun bursts, 3-second bursts. That's enough. 960 frames, and we upsample everything to 1080p. Not super, it's not over sharpened, fake. It's not as good as regular 1080p. We tried. I want my 7000 in there. If Huawei can do it, I can do it. So 7,680 frames per second, it's in there, and we use some frame interpolation if we need to. And it'll be there, you can turn it off if you want. We have autofocus in slow-mo unless we don't, and if we don't, we thought ahead. To activate it, you press record, it's autofocusing, face detecting, whatever you want, put a box somewhere, and then I already hate my system. Point is, we got timers. You press record, hold it out, it's focusing on you. Once it starts recording, it's locked. But you get it. Sony, you gotta be right there touching it. And then hold it out, you're out. When it comes to color science, you would not believe. I've already bought Olympus, so we got that covered. We got Olympus, IBIS, and color science. With a mix, Olympus is gonna befriend someone in Canon and Fuji and pick their minds, take the good from what they both have, and then make our own improved Olympus plus Canon Fuji influenced color science. And we're also gonna have one log format, just one. There's no S-log, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna have the best one only, highest dynamic range. And then the other film simulations will just be fun shit. 1970s look. Every decade of film will be in there. Oh, I want a 1950s look. You got it. Just select it. Press the button. We'll have your orange and teal if you need that. Underwater mode that looks like you're underwater. Maybe some bubbles coming out. I just want a bunch of fun simulations, movie looks, and then normal ones that actually look good, that you could use Eterna-like in their abilities.
There will also be audio effects. Just little, like, you're on a telephone, you're making a call, it has that sound, or little voice changes, audio. Nobody has any of that? Yeah.
And my audio preamps will be designed by musicians, violinists. Just the best, quietest hiss you ever heard. That's really loud. That's too loud. We're gonna have that 32-bit float audio in there somehow to an external mic of your choosing. It'll make any mic a 32-bit floater, so nothing can clip ever, and it's just perfect. The dynamic range of audio, you wouldn't believe it. It's in there. Camera costs $800 with the kit lens. It's gonna be a new world. Things are cheaper now. Don't worry about it. You can get this thing. Speaking of our kit lens, I didn't write one down. So that's just pick a lens, any one. All our lenses have magnetic tips for filters, just right on there. The company's gonna have to get on board and start making them for us. Little filters. But our lens caps, boom, magnets. Everywhere, the whole thing's magnets. Don't leave it near anything metal. You'll lose it. It'll stick on there, it'll never come off. When it comes to lenses, I want lenses with character. We're not going for super precision, corner sharpness. Chromatic aberrations, I want more of them. Sharp, kind of. They're kind of sharp. Pretty sharp, but in a pleasing way. Not every pore in the face. Just, wow, look at that. Is that vintage? But the magnetic autofocus motors, talking to the LiDAR system with the other two girls in there, time of flight and phase detect. Beauty, beauty lens. So my first lens. These are reasonable. These are potential lenses here. A 15mm Tony 3.5 prime, that's your vlogger. It's not very heavy. The whole camera weighs max 450 grams. This lens, 221 grams. Why'd I pick the 21? At times, vlogging on that Canon 15-35 2.8, I'm like, background's still a little blurry. It's a little bit much. Imagine a prime 3.5. That thing's gonna be light, but still look really good. I find you can go up to 24 on a full frame, most focal lengths. You get a decent look. You still get your separation. The 1.8 fisheye on the Olympus is really a 3.4, and it looks good. There's enough sep. There's enough sep. So that's our first lens, $100. Then we got an 18mm Tony 1.8. That's kind of what I wish that 20mm was. If I'm being honest with you, a little wider. Wouldn't be bad. 1.8, we could make it a 2. I've debated it. There's no reason for it to be 1.8, but sometimes you need that. You have to have a little bit of it on it. We got a 24mm 1.4. I've seen it on many different systems. I like the look. We got it. A 35mm 1.4 as well, a 50 1.4, and an 85mm 1.2. That's where we go for this, our only 1.2 lens, and it has the smoothed bokeh, the out of in bokeh smoothing, the one Philip Bloom wants. The 85mm, I think it was the Canon. They make 2 versions. We only have the one perfect version, the smoothed one. Nobody needs the other one, and this one's cheaper somehow. When it comes to zoom lenses, we have a 12-20 Tony 2.8 stabilized. I don't think it'll be that big. If it is, knock it down to 3.5. Scratch that. It's a 4-2. It starts big, because the wide end you don't really need a lot of Tony. So a 12mm Tony 4, and then it slowly gets better to a 20mm 2.8. 2. $300. For those who need a little more reach, we have an 18-85 Tony 3.5. It's wide enough to vlog with. You could take a portrait in your vlog. I've seen those portrait vlogs. They're good. My last lens is a special one. It's designed to prove that our firmament, which keeps the waters above from the waters below, containing our flat Earth, where the ice wall keeps in our oceans surrounding, and we're not allowed to go see it right now, but we will be. It's a 1000 mil Tony 8. One of those like the Canon hunkers out. No changing of the aperture, but I outdid them by making it longer, faster, much smaller, and cheaper, and sharper. Bravo to my team. Teleconverter coming with that, a 3 times teleconverter. So that's my system. It's a video-centric system. No focus breathing on any of the lenses. Maybe a tiny amount if it has to. You barely notice it. Smooth autofocus video-wise. Everything light, stabilized, no warpy shit. Turning off that IBIS this way and that way. It's a good system. It's cheap, it's light, blows every company out of the way. So there will be affiliate links for it down below. Thank you for buying it. And the Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. Subscribe for more videos. I don't say like